So that's James's fancy dinner. I made some crab legs, and there's a power bowl in there. There we go. I don't want to knock the crab legs off. Grapes and grapefruit. And Aziza's Ultimate Bellydance Practice Companion got the top of the stack. It was awesome. Then Asteroid City, The Chosen Season 1, Wish, Dolly, Parton, Poor Things, some other stuff. And I wanted to show just how expensive crab legs are. Very expensive. Those were, there was 2 crabs in that package, 2 crab leg sets. And we'll see what, the fork is underneath there.
Yeah, I see it.
And
took me a while to see it, but I did see it.
I'll first mention this cut flowers book, because I'm going to have to return it right away too. It's I got it out from the library because there's something here that looks like leafy spurge, and I think it's actually a good idea to there's a lot of leafy spurge around Lethbridge.
Oh, they bring goats out to take it.
So
I think it's that more than anything else they're concerned with bringing the goats.
There's just so much of it.
Yep.
And I think it's a great idea to actually clip some of it to use for cut flowers, because what else are you going to do with it? You got to get rid of it. There's so much of it here. So
the goats do eat it, right?
Yeah.
Some things they might leave.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to eat this stuff.
I don't know. It's weird. You know, I followed a recipe, and I don't even know if I made it right, but I just followed a recipe. So I cooked it longer than I was supposed to.
Well, that'll be okay.
Because
you just cook it as long as you can, like, burn it. So
and
it's not recognizable.
Yeah, they wanted me to, I should probably bring you a knife for it or something, but they wanted me to slice into the legs. Yeah. They said slice lengthwise, and I'm like, well, what does that mean exactly? I think I did it right, but I think all they wanted is for the flavors of the garlic and stuff to get in there, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know. But anyway, this cut flower book is actually not great. Although there's some pretty bouquets that they show and stuff like that. But I think it is important if you want to have flowers, like I've been talking about. James and I are taking people on poetry in the park guided hikes this spring.
We hope they'll turn up.
And I don't want anybody to cut any flowers or pick any flowers along the way, because there's a lot of places we're going that you're not allowed to do that, and then it's not good anyway. It's not, unless you grow your own flowers on your own property. You should not be picking them. You should not be cutting them. So if you want a bouquet, either you grow the flowers yourself on your own property, or you buy them from a florist. Plain and simple. Mm-hmm. I have...
you can even grow stuff on your windowsill, right?
Sure, not very much. But I will be growing it in the window boxes and
stuff. So if people have an apartment, don't even have a backyard.
You could do it on your balcony.
You can grow some stuff.
I mean, I used to really load up my apartment balconies with flowers, with plants when I was in apartments.
She speaks as one who knows.
Yeah. But it really sucks when you're a gardener and you go out to look at your flowers and somebody's cut them. That
it happens
really
every so occasionally.
So
pulling them might be even worse, but
it's terrible. No, it's terrible.
And it's happened to you, right?
Yeah.
Maybe even here in Lethbridge.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, I wouldn't recommend that book, but I would recommend that you grow your own flowers. And definitely don't cut somebody else's. And definitely don't cut them out of, or pick them from nature reserves or national parks. That's horrible. Mm-hmm. So don't do stuff like that. Anyway, or honestly in the wild in general. Don't do it unless it's on your own property. Don't you dare. That's horrible. Mm-hmm. So, I'm going to talk about these movies now. And well, Aziza's is not a movie, although it got top of the stack, because wow, is she ever awesome. Okay, so what did I write down? I was waiting for James for a long time, so I decided, I'll write down what I have to say about this. So, awesome. The belly dance celebrates the female body. The instructor isn't a tall, slim supermodel, but when she's dancing or teaching others how to do so, she is super hot. Every woman should borrow this DVD to try to learn how to belly dance, although I just watched it and didn't try to do any of the moves for fearing of injuring myself. This was even before my back's kind of hurting now because yesterday I was packing this
easel?
I guess so, yeah. And it was awkward and heavy, and I shouldn't have done it, honestly. I'm gonna have to think of something else to do with that thing. So, but yeah, I was thinking of I got the belly dance thing out because James and I, we used to work, not really together, but we both worked in parks in the city here. And for a while there, he was a part of my morning routine, right? So he'd witness, like, in the summer months, I'd get cable because cable was cheap in the summer. And then I'd get it so that I had the weather right there in the morning, right? But so I'd flip the weather and whatever. But I didn't always watch the weather. In the morning, what I really liked to watch was belly dancing. So that's what I'd watch. I think it was on Access or something. So I'd watch belly dancing in the morning. And then while I was getting ready for the day, so not belly dancing at all. And sometimes I'd be tempted, I'd try to do some sort of dance, and James would be like, "You're gonna hurt yourself, don't do it," right? Yeah. So anyway.
It's hard on the back to do a lot of moves like that.
But wow, is this ever great to watch? I would watch it every day if I had it, but I have to return it to the library, so anyway. Asteroid City is up next. I love Wes Anderson. He got a lot of awesome talent to take part in this art piece, but it was my least favorite of his movies. I still loved it. You can't wake up if you don't fall asleep. I didn't fall asleep while watching this, but then I've already woken up. So one thing that I will say about this movie is no Bill Murray. Might have made the difference. I don't know. The Chosen Season 1 may be the first Jesus loving TV program that almost anybody would enjoy watching. Wish was one of my least favorite Disney movies. I hope Disney isn't back to producing junk again. I did like the Magic Mirror's origin story. I liked what looked like fireworks over the castle, reminding one of Disney's marketing origins. I didn't like the idea of everyone being welcome onto the island but giving up their wish. Hitler shouldn't be able to work to realize his dreams, should he? Like, if you're letting everyone on the island, you're letting Hitler on the island. And in the end, if everybody gets their wish back if the sorcerer doesn't grant it. Oh, okay, so he can work to realize his dreams? What a great idea. So anyway, would the problem be solved by not letting aggressive folks onto the island in the first place? That way, would citizens or the sorcerer who grants wishes need to worry about nasty people using their granted wishes in nasty ways? Also, though the music was catchy enough, it didn't always mesh with the lyrics properly. I see too much of that. It's really annoying. And Disney isn't one to cheat kids, so I don't know what was going on there. Dolly Parton's Christmas on the Square had some great tunes and some awful ones. That Wicked Witch of the Middle sucked. I didn't like that it was obviously filmed in a studio. I didn't like that the panhandler was portrayed as a good person, or an angel actually. Panhandlers are not good. They aren't giving on Christmas or any other day. They are taking through intimidation or by causing guilt in passive people who often make less money than panhandlers do. Having said that, some of the better songs were better than the best ones on Wish.
So was one panhandler telling you he'd turn you upside down to get money out of your pocket?
Not me, you.
Yeah, I ran into someone else who was saying that this person did it.
Yes,
It's someone I kind of like, but you can't go around saying that.
If this had been animated, it would have beat Wish, no problem. Poor Things was long, 142 minutes. The acting was great, the special effects were great, but it creeped me out on so many levels. Yes, it's supposed to be creepy, but what's the message? Children in women's bodies should be free to be exploited sexually if they choose to do so. The woman was truly a toddler. Should women/toddlers have their freedom but be free to take away men's freedoms or lives? The husband was a problem, but the ending was too disturbing. Is the message that the perfect woman has the mind of a child? Honestly, there's so many things that you don't want to think about in this movie while you're watching it. Anyway, Working Man. Well cast, but boring. The Girl in the Fog is an Italian movie with subtitles. It's long, 127 minutes. It's a decent detective story up until the end. Slender Man is a stupid ripoff of The Ring, really. My science project was awful. I thought it'd be like Weird Science. Well, it's a 1985 thing, I should point that out. It was poorly acted, poorly written, and I hated that I actually stayed awake while it was on. I did find one thing interesting. One student in the movie mentioned that his science project was about the vernal equinox, which James has been talking a lot about lately. This didn't make the film interesting. I just found the fact that this ended up on my entertainment stack like a Kismet thing. Interesting, right? Several of these movies had similar themes, which always feels like Kismet too. So that's always interesting when that happens. But that's all I had to talk about. How's Crab?
I had a little bit. Seems okay, but
it's hard to get in there.
I need a knife to.
Yeah. I don't know
I'm
how
going
one
to
is
save
supposed
that
to
for
eat that.
inside.
Yeah.
In case some of it hits the floor. I don't want the dogs going after it when there's so much other stuff that could get ingested.
One thing to be said is I just went online to get a recipe, and it's the easiest recipe in the world. So
okay. Just chuck it in some water and
as much as that's a $15 plus, I mean the Power Bowl, I think those retail at about $8, so that's an expensive meal that you're eating today.
Well,
and
it tastes pretty good.
I put a different, like what I did is the potato that James is eating right now is, what is that?
The red skin?
That barbecue sauce, the berry, what's that berry called again?
Pasta?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's quite
barbecue
good.
sauce.
It can go as a dessert.
James likes
or
it on all sorts of things.
Potatoes?
And the other potatoes, I put different kinds of salad dressing. So,
it's going to be quite an experience.
Yeah, so I wanted him to have a different taste for every potato, just to keep it interesting.
Nice. Well,
and
I just caught that one.
Yeah, you did. So,
sorry about licking
it's
my
a pretty
fingers
fancy meal I made today. So I was trying to do a good job.
Yeah, I got back in time just for a late deck dinner or something like that. I was talking to someone in Weimar.
And while some people might be growing my tiger striped pumpkin seeds this year, so that makes me feel happy. I'm going to be growing some of mine too. Mm-hmm. But I mean, you get so many seeds out of one pumpkin, and if you watch our show, you notice that I make a lot of winter squash for James to eat because it's great stuff. It's very healthy and it stores well. It's I think the perfect food for anybody in the winter. It's just a perfect centerpiece for a meal. In this case, I tried to make the meal look like a crab, but with a tiger pumpkin for the body. Anyway. But, yeah. Because I was giving away seeds at the library. And I didn't have time to put the tiger stripe pumpkin seeds into packages and stuff. But they had little packages there that people could put seeds in. So that worked out, I guess, for people. But yeah, that's all I had to talk about. Anything else?
Not really, no.
Okay.
I mean, could talk about that the seed giveaway or whatever. Is that what it's styled as?
Yeah. Really, the
Kinda
only
nice.
movies out of the stack that I recommend are the first 3. And this is not a movie, it's a TV series, The Chosen, but it's very good. Even if you're not Christian, I think
Is that
you'll like
supposed
it.
to be Jesus on the cover?
Yep. And then, I mean, I guess James has told me that one of his loved ones said that he doesn't like Wes Anderson. I can't understand why anybody wouldn't. It's always art. I don't know how one couldn't appreciate it. Wes Anderson really puts the work in. And everyone will want to watch that.
Aziza.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Now maybe some fundamentals.
Okay, that it for you?
Yep.